Another day where I woke up and had lost the will to live, desperately clinging on to the hope that I would spontaneously cease to exist. But with little chance of this happening, I instead chucked on my shoes and got out to the park for a jog with the boxing squad. Someone has to carry the boat. Unfortunately, that won't be me, as my cardio is so poor that by the time I'd even arrived for the warm-up, I was already sweating and panting. Evidently, looking like a broken man, I made the trek back to Clare College, taking in the scenic views as a last-ditch attempt to not chun. As it was around 8 when I got in, I had just enough time to sit on my bed and contemplate life for a short while, and then be a more responsible and hygienic individual by having a shower and doing my deeply sophisticated hair routine that simply involves combing back and forming the middle parting. I got a nice bowl of gruel to fuel my day and chucked a few Belvitas into the mix because I was feeling a little bit crazy that day. I then made my walk to the morning lecture, which still always feels like I'm walking through a damp Harry Potter set. By the time I got to the lecture, I got out my laptop and found that today's topic was something I would absolutely be rereading and learning another day when I have my academic comeback, eventually. A 2-hour interlude followed as I had a dissection next, although understandably can't be sharing much of that though. I had another lecture to get through before finally being able to make my way to the local Sainsbury's to get some essentials and then head back to college and get some lunch. What a glorious lunch it was as well. Fine dining for me really does look like 4 slices of toast with beans and hikaru in the background, highlighting how I'm inept both in academia and in chess. It was then time to mash out some work for a few hours, which involved doing the lectures from home that I could have attended in person, but was too lazy to. And then, because the day felt like it was dragging already, I decided I needed a nap. Which lasted about 2 minutes. Instead of wasting away in my room like I usually do, I made my way to the library to get a final shift done. I had a busy social evening coming up, so it seemed necessary to make use of these solitary confinement spaces so I could get on and work like a recluse. A nice, nutritious ready meal for dinner that I picked up from Sainsbury's earlier, which was actually far better than expected, but I was quickly brought back down to earth when I realised I had an essay that needed doing before heading out. Not to worry, as that was quickly pushed aside by a game of high-quality pool and a pint. Me and Chewie then went to this stud of a gaff to watch a jazz recital that we'd snagged free tickets for, which made me feel overwhelmingly sophisticated. The familiar feeling of inferiority returned though, as the performance highlighted my lack of musical ability. I received a message to get along to the Spoons as it was Erin's birthday, although upon my arrival I realised that ordering a pint could be a step too far given my financial standings. So, having had a little chat with a couple of people there, I made my way back to college feeling slightly lifted by the festive lighting all around, and used this surge of motivation and 3 crumpets to get me through one more session. And with that, the day came to a gentle close and I crawled back into bed like Gollum, ready to be a waste of space all over again. Hope you found that day to be slightly interesting, and if it was, do let me know and subscribe, so I feel like I got something out of the day other than imposter syndrome. Cheers, and I'll see you in a bit.